Subscribe to the MTL World at Malworld 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2, Land of Origin. Volume 11, The Hunyuan Blade Dao. Chapter 421, Heart and Dao. 36th of Volume 11. Translator, Shadow Knight AK. Editor, Shadow Knight AK. Luo Feng gazed at the endlessly coiling serpent before him. The great serpent also stared back with anger. Stop. Luo Feng looked at him with a faint smile on his lips. Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor, I haven't been on a killing spree lately. The Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor glared at Luo Feng, unwilling to admit it, but he was fully aware. This newly ascended practitioner lord has already become a terrifying enemy of the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction. This formidable foe is not only immensely powerful but also rapidly growing stronger. According to their estimates, this Lord Luo Feng might soon surpass Lord Xingmeng, and become their greatest threat. Lord Luo Feng, the Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor boomed, his voice echoing like thunder. In the past 100 epochs, you have intercepted and slaughtered every world-level Hunyuan lifeform devouring origin world resources. Over 7,000 world-level Hunyuan lifeform have already been fallen by your hand. You haven't continued your killing spree recently only because those world-level Hunyuan lifeforms are terrified and dare not consume origin world resources anymore. That's a good thing, Luo Feng nodded slightly. Innate Hunyuan lifeforms are born free from the cage. The infinite Hunyuan space teems with diverse resources to sustain their growth. They don't need to devour the origin cores of origin worlds. Even without devouring the origin cores of origin worlds, innate Hunyuan lifeforms can still grow stronger and become Hunyuan ancestors, Luo Feng said with a smile, looking at the Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor. This way, innate Hunyuan lifeforms and origin world beings wouldn't have to be mortal enemies anymore. Inside the chamber of Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor. Without devouring, innate Hunyuan lifeforms are divided into many races. For some, devouring the origin cores of origin world is highly effective, for others, the effect is moderate, and for some, it has no effect at all. But the Infinite Clan is renowned as the race with the greatest benefit from devouring the origin cores of origin world. Forcing them to abandon this practice would slash their chances of producing Hunyuan ancestors by 70 to 80%, a prospect they could never tolerate. Impossible. The Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor roared, the origin worlds are scattered throughout the infinite Hunyuan space. Why should we abandon such a vital resource? Luo Feng. The Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor glared at Luo Feng. You should know that most innate Hunyuan lifeform races require the origin cores of origin world. By obstructing us like this, you're making enemies of all innate Hunyuan lifeforms. You don't represent all innate Hunyuan lifeforms, Luo Feng said, staring at him. Since you seek to devour the origin world, it's only natural for its inhabitants to retaliate. To devour the origin world and be slain by its inhabitants, this is karmic retribution. I warn you, the Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor said, by obstructing us, you're preventing countless races from accessing the origin world's resources. They might tolerate this for a while, but prolonged deprivation will inevitably ignite new wars. When the flames of war engulf your practitioner territory, countless world clusters will fall, and you will bear the consequences. Rest assured, Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor, Luo Feng replied, his gaze unwavering, I promise you that when war erupts, its flames will certainly engulf your territory as well. During the last war, I had just become a lord and my methods were somewhat crude. I only managed to kill a few Hunyuan ancestors, Luo Feng grinned, but my strength has advanced significantly since then. If another war breaks out, I'll give you an even greater surprise. The Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor immediately recalled the terrifying Great Origin destruction. Luo Feng's current power had clearly advanced further, making his methods even more formidable. As long as your practitioner faction can bear the consequences. The Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor said coldly before his form dissolved into nothingness, vanishing completely. Luo Feng stood in midair. Start another war. Do you even have such capability? Luo Feng mocked inwardly. It wasn't that he underestimated the Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor, but the practitioner faction and the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction had been locked in conflict for so long that both sides knew each other intimately. While the Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor undoubtedly possessed the greatest influence within the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction, his power remained limited. First of all, the Hunyuan ancestors of all races who don't need the origin world resources are unwilling to wage war. Similarly, those with weaker strength who risked death also opposed conflict. The Giant God Emperor's faction also disliked war. How many Hunyuan ancestors could the Infinite Serpent Hunyuan Ancestor attract to join war? It is crucial to remember that all 8 practitioner lords are immortal. However, among the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction's Hunyuan ancestors, only 5 are immortal, while the remaining 100+ faced the possibility of death. Without a clear advantage and guaranteed safety, how many would willingly join the war? Start a war over the assassination of a few thousand world-level Hunyuan lifeforms. Luo Feng scoffed. Even Lord Xingmeng, who could foresee countless future possibilities, would never believe such a thing. The innate Hunyuan lifeform faction territory. All 9 sovereigns of the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction are gathered here in their clones. Luo Feng's strength has grown even greater. Chushi Hunyuan ancestor declared, once war breaks out, the casualties will be unimaginable. Luo Feng hasn't engaged in indiscriminate slaughter, Giant God Emperor countered, as long as he doesn't devour the origin cores of origin world, there's no need for conflict. Infinity, he continued, addressing the infinite serpent Hunyuan ancestor, I believe your infinite clan is overly fixated on the origin cores of origin world. Occasional severance from it might actually benefit the evolution of your life cores. If you don't have enough strength to wage a war, forcing a conflict would only bring greater humiliation. Black-Tide Hunyuan ancestor stated calmly. The infinite serpent Hunyuan ancestor observed the scene before him. Even among the 9 sovereigns, few were willing to initiate war, as their own interests remained unaffected. Are we just going to let Luo Feng bully us? Nirvana Hunyuan ancestor demanded, yearning for war to erupt. His old friend, Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor, had already achieved immortality, while he himself still fell short. It hardly qualifies as bullying, Wu Jin Hunyuan ancestor replied with a smile. Conflicts between the 2 factions are common. Innate Hunyuan lifeforms often invade practitioner territory to seize resources. Compared to Lord Xingmeng, Luo Feng's actions are far more restrained. Lord Xingmeng, in his quest to collect origin bloodlines, had slaughtered tens of thousands of world-level Hunyuan lifeforms. At least Luo Feng adhered to reason, targeting only those world-level Hunyuan lifeforms who devoured the origin cores of origin world. Lord Xingmeng was utterly ruthless, slaughtering world-level Hunyuan lifeforms indiscriminately simply to collect their origin bloodlines. Now is not the time for war, Hunyuan ancestor of time and space suddenly spoke. The other 8 sovereigns turned to her. While Hunyuan ancestor of time and space couldn't observe countless future timelines like Lord Xingmeng, she could glimpse a few possible futures. That's why, the other 8 sovereigns highly valued her insights. I can see it, she continued, war will be disastrous for our innate Hunyuan lifeform faction. Hunyuan ancestor of time and space had foreseen a war even more devastating than the last one. The practitioner faction might suffer some losses, but the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction would pay a far steeper price. Let's wait, Xuanhuan Hunyuan ancestor suggested, isn't Luo Feng exploring the abyss of destruction? The deeper he goes, the greater the risks and the more of his true power he'll reveal. Once we understand his full capabilities, we'll be better prepared even if there is a war in the future. Okay. We'll wait for now, Infinite Serpent Hunyuan ancestor conceded, realizing he couldn't push the matter further. Moreover, compared to the other lords, Luo Feng's strength remained a mystery. Knowing one's enemy is essential for effective countermeasures. Mo Shu and Shazhou are both warlike, Xuanhuan Hunyuan ancestor thought, after fighting with them. Luo Feng will inevitably expose more of his true power. He looked forward to this prospect with anticipation. Time flowed relentlessly onward. 500 epochs had passed since Luo Feng killed those world-level Hunyuan lifeform who devoured the origin world resources. During these 500 epochs, no world-level Hunyuan lifeform dared to consume origin world resources again, not even the Hunyuan ancestors. For newly ascended, weaker Hunyuan ancestors, consuming origin cores of origin world still offered some benefit. However, as their strength grew, the effectiveness of origin cores of origin worlds diminished. For beings at the level of the Nirvana Hunyuan ancestor, consuming any amount of origin cores of origin world was utterly futile. Swish, swish, swish. Beside the origin world of the origin continent, within the mysterious land, Blood Crane territory, the endless blood sea surged and crashed. On an island deep within the blood sea, Luo Feng sat cross-legged, clad in black robes and dark hair, with a blood-colored cloak draped over his shoulders. 500 epochs. I've observed every origin world, Luo Feng murmured, his gaze complex. During this time, his numerous clones had traveled across the universes, witnessing the histories of countless origin worlds. He had scoured not only the regions beyond the practitioner territory but also every origin world within the practitioner territory itself. The origin worlds within the practitioner territory could be divided into 2 eras, the era of the Lords, rule and the era of the innate Hunyuan lifeforms reign. During the latter, the origin worlds suffered equally, left to be devoured at will. Only the rise of the Lords, who garrisoned various regions, changed the situation. Countless origin worlds finally gained hope. Buzz. The historical memories of countless origin worlds flooded Luo Feng's consciousness. These memories repeatedly seared Luo Feng's heart, forging his heart of destruction. The sheer volume of these memories was staggering, encompassing the lives of countless civilizations and beings. But Luo Feng, as a lord, flawlessly integrated all the historical memories. A being's experiences shape their heart. This immeasurably vast historical memory profoundly influenced Luo Feng's heart. The deeper one's love for this world and its countless lives, the more unwavering one's heart of destruction must be. For mercy toward the origin world devours is cruelty toward the practitioner faction. The greatest mercy toward the practitioner faction lies in annihilating all who devour origin worlds. Anyone who devour origin worlds and their inhabitants shall be slain without mercy. Leave none alive. Luo Feng's current influence could temporarily deter the innate Hunyuan lifeforms from consuming origin worlds, but their races would never tolerate such restraint indefinitely. When that time comes, the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction might unite with the Ice Peak faction and all weaker forces against him. Destroying all origin world devours. This is a monumental task. Even if I fully comprehend the Hunyuan Blade Dao, I might still fall short. But I, Luo Feng, am willing to spend endless epochs, like the foolish old man moving mountains, taking one step at a time. His recent interception of a world-level Hunyuan lifeform had taught him a crucial lesson: every action yields results. Every ounce of strength expended brings a corresponding measure of progress. By acting, he could indirectly protect countless lives. Luo Feng smiled. The heart of destruction is complete. Now, I must merge my heart with the Tao, forging them into a seamless whole. He immediately began to refine the heart of destruction, allowing it to command the entirety of the Hunyuan Blade Tao. Countless profound mysteries of the blade began to coalesce into a unified entity. Luo Feng's aura transformed, becoming like a blade of destruction. Its destructive power was even far more terrifying than that of Lord Jin and Kafusho. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe to MTL World at Malworld 1 YouTube channel.